a funny thing to take into consideration, that there are things you want to do, things you gotta do, things you plan to do, things you would wish to do, things you'd rather not be doing, things you need to do, things. They're not all the same things. And yet, when it comes to action, when it comes to actually doing something, you gotta pick only one. Because you can do only one thing at the same time. You can't do more than one, not really. So, which things do you want to do in life? Asking yourself this question like very, very honestly, and taking all of the things one at a time reveals the illusion that there is more than one thing that you are doing in life. Because in the end, you are doing in life whatever you're doing in life. That's a very disappointing answer, isn't it? There are some things you want to do, then you go and do it. But then you are not doing other things that you should do, or need to do, or you're required to do, or someone requires you to do. So then eventually you do it. And then you keep on doing those things, and you get tired, so you do the thing that you want to do, for relax, or whatever you want to call it. And the whole wheel is spinning, and you really think that things that you're doing belongs to different groups of things. Right? Sometimes you do something which you should do, sometimes you do something that you shouldn't, but maybe that it's pleasant. And, you know how it is. Sometimes man needs a break. So sometimes you gotta do something for your own pleasure. In the end, you are doing whatever you're prompted to do. So you're having this shitload of thoughts in your head and a mix of feelings inside you, and the right proportion of both makes you to do a certain thing. It's not like you're choosing. You got a certain thought about doing something, you got a certain feeling associated with a thought, and if those both things are combined and they're strong enough so that they are denying other thought, you just do this one thing, and you let go of the other thought. There's one actually curious scenario where the free will of choosing what you want to do might actually be involved. It is when you are doing thing A and you also want to do or feel like you need to do, basically you're not doing but you would do in the place of the thing A that you're doing. If there is a second thing you want to do and you do the first thing, right? So you do one thing and you think about the other thing. It's called stress. It's like applying a stress. It's like stress in physics. It is like applying a stress to an object. So you pull it with one hand one way, and you pull it with another hand the other way. You know how that this is how it works, because this is how it works with rope. You let me go. Amazing. Thank you. Sorry, I'm driving at the same time, so that probably sounds weird. You pull the rope to opposite directions, and that creates stress. And this is when you're stressed, when you do one thing and you think about doing the other, right? So that is a sick situation, because you always do one thing at a time. You can do only one thing at a time. And I think that the whole point that I'm making here is you really can't do anything out of your will. I don't believe that there is really any choice involved. Because in the end, you in your head are having a random thoughts swirling around. You didn't choose them. You did not choose any of them. They are in here, they just came in like wind. They happen to you like weather, right? And they make an impact. All of them are landing at the certain spots in your personality, triggering different triggers, like, things that you value, things that you don't value, things that you want, things that you hate, things that you're afraid of, things that you're trying to avoid, things that you're trying to pursue. But all those spots that are already on your personality, in your brain, on your soul, call it the way you like it, I don't care. You didn't even create them. They are the products of the rain of thoughts that already evaporated, that happened back in the past. Your culture, your history, your thought processes, people around you that put things in your head, all this stuff. In the end, you're a computer program. You will do whatever you'll be prompted to do. The only thing is that it is, I believe so at the moment, absolutely impossible to predict what are you going to do. You don't know what thoughts will occur. You don't know what feelings this thought